Kansas City Sports Update Studios. Welcome to Kingdom Radio, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. Brought to you by Arrowhead Update. Join Chris and Richard on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Player FM, CastBox, and all third-party applications. Check us out on Facebook platforms such as Kansas City Sports Update and Arrowhead Update. And if you cannot find us there, Google or search Kingdom Radio and Kansas City Chiefs, and you will find us. Welcome to the Kingdom.
How are we doing, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome to Kingdom Radio. I am your host, Richard Smith, and it is July 3rd, Friday. And first off, I want to say happy 4th of July. I will not be on air tomorrow, so you will not be catching me. But I hope all of you enjoy your 4th of July. Still practice social distancing, wear your masks, because this could obviously be one of the biggest weekends to spread this pandemic. But I'm not here to talk about that. Today, we're going to talk about Chris Jones, because Chris has put the Chiefs, in a tough situation. And by July 15th, Chris Jones has demanded $20 million, or he will sit out the 2020 NFL season. And look, what is that? 11 days away. 12 days right now. 12 days away from the July 15th deadline of Chris Jones demanding $20 million a year. Now, here's the predicament here. Chris Jones definitely deserves this money. The Chiefs could make it happen. The thing about it is it's not practical by any means. Here's the thing. If the Chiefs sign Chris Jones to a $20 million a year contract, that means that the Chiefs are going to be squeezing pennies to keep talent around the rest of the roster, especially with the Patrick-Mahomes contract coming up, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But let's talk a little bit of stats about Chris Jones and why he deserves $20 million a year. Chris Jones had 9 sacks in 2019 and was a large contributor to the emergence of the Chiefs' defense during the Super Bowl run last season. Look, play after play, Chris Jones knocking down balls. Chris Jones is, getting in the quarterback's face, causing chaos. He really was a large contributor to everything that the Chiefs did on defense last season. And I think that, it's tough to see a player like this demand money, on Twitter, and taking advice from a player like Le'Veon Bell, who hustled his way right out of Pittsburgh and now is nameless, playing for the Jets. I know he's sitting back making money, and I know that's the name of the game, but I don't know. The Le'Veon Bell situation is a little bit different than Chris Jones. I think if Chris Jones leaves, he is going to go to a contender. I can't see him leaving Kansas City and signing with the Jets or, Cincinnati or, just a team where, nobody talks about him anymore. But 9 sacks. I mean, is that worth $20 million? Yeah. But the season before, he had 15.5 sacks. And in his 4-year career, he's had 33 sacks, one touchdown, 2 interceptions. The production is there. My thing is, I believe in Brett Veach. I feel as though if the Chiefs let Chris Jones walk or trade Chris Jones, whatever the case may be, however it plays out, I don't know. I don't see the Chiefs signing him to a contract like that. So we'll see what happens. Free agency, he'll walk, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs will be okay moving forward. Nobody is permanent in any organization besides a player like Patrick Mahomes. And this is the very reason, Patrick is the very reason why the Chiefs can't sign Chris Jones. Where is where's the line in the sand for Chris Jones to not realize, hey, this is Patrick Mahomes. This is once in a lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime player. Chris, yes, you're a very good player, but you are not a Patrick Mahomes. You fell into a bad generation to get paid at Kansas City, and that's really where it lies. Chris, it's just bad timing for you. Bad timing for you to get your money with Kansas City. The Chiefs need versatility. They need to have a means and a way to keep producing talent, and that will never exist. Investing all of this into you, and so at this point, I say it's time to let him walk. That's KC Kingdom Radio's view right now. I really think that it's okay. Look, we have got great production out of Chris. I believe in the draft. I believe that, there's money to be spent elsewhere. I also believe in the depth of the Chiefs' defensive line. I think somebody will step up, K-Pass, and fill those shoes. There's other players coming back as well that, the Chiefs Kingdom kind of overlooks. And I honestly, that's crazy because I can't even remember his name right now. And we're going to look this up real quick because I'm not going to let that float. But yeah, there's players coming back from injuries, and the Chiefs are really looking good on the defensive side of the ball. And I think it's okay to let Chris Jones walk. So let's look up the depth chart here. Came from New Orleans. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering his name, but he got injured last season and has kind of been overlooked, and I'm excited to see him come back. And he is defensive end. Where are we at here? Okay. Alex Okafor. That's it. I cannot believe I could not remember that, but Alex Okafor. I should have had the depth chart pulled up anyway. He'll be coming back from injury as well. Look, Kalen Saunders could step up. Derek Nottie. Look, there's a number of players here that could really step up this season and make us completely forget about Chris Jones. And don't forget about Frank Clark. We have, Willie Gay Jr. I am not really too worried about Chris Jones and this whole scenario. And here's the thing. The best thing about Chris Jones, compared to a player like Dee Ford, is this season we're not talking about, what would have happened or what ruined the season. Chris Jones obviously did nothing but excellence in Kansas City. It's just a situation where Patrick Mahomes needs to get paid. He really needs to get paid. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Because Chiefs Kingdom, let's be honest with you, I don't think anybody, there's no scale that will compare the two players. Do you want Chris Jones or do you want Patrick Mahomes? It's not even close. It's not even close, Kansas City. So I honestly think that you should just prepare for Chris Jones to sit. I don't think it's a smart move for the Chiefs to move forward with any type of long-term deal with Chris Jones. It's going to lock up too much cap space that needs to be spread among the team. There's plenty of talent up and down the roster. I don't think it's going to hurt Kansas City as much as we are emotionally invested in Chris Jones. It's not going to hurt the Chiefs. It's time to let him walk. It's time to move on. Stone Cold Jones, root beer, or whatever it is, will still live on, and everybody will still support Chris Jones, but he's going to have to go get his money from another team. And that's really the bottom line. That's all there is to it. We've gone through the stats. Chiefs cap space in 2020, $6.25 million. There's just nothing there that makes sense to keep Chris Jones. What else do you want to know? Patrick Mahomes needs signed. The Chiefs need to keep talent around Patrick Mahomes. You sign a player like Chris Jones, $20 million a year. Bottom line is, you will not have as much talent around Patrick. So, I'm just going to keep it simple, keep it short today. It is just me. Chris is not on the air today, obviously. But Kansas City, look, don't get emotionally attached to any player except Patrick Mahomes and Frank Clark. And look, the players that will be around the organization for a long time. Did we think Chris Jones would be here for a while? Yes. But look, it's not going to happen. He wants too much money. He deserves too much money, and the Chiefs just cannot afford it. So kind of get used to that, Kansas City. We'll see what happens here. But just remember, we have a general manager in Brett Veach who knows exactly what he's doing and has made some calculated moves to keep high-end talent around. So I think all of you know that this will probably be addressed in the draft or a trade or the potential of a low-risk, high-reward type of player that has been proven to work out for the Chiefs last season. There's a handful of those players that Kansas City signed, and it has been a proven recipe for success. So just remember, the depth chart and the rotation is always rotating, Kansas City. It's always rotating. It's never going to stop. It can't. That's impossible. Players will come and players will go. But remember, there's enough talent around Kansas City for this really not to affect the Chiefs as much as you think it will. So, I really look forward to a 2020 season. I hope it goes down. It's looking like they've already canceled 2 preseason games. So, the first preseason game and the last preseason game. But the thing is, I hope that they play the season without fans. I know that sounds crazy, but I still want to see football. I still want to see football, and that's still in the works. We'll wait and see what happens. This has been, one of the craziest years of everyone's life. There's a lot of uncertainty ahead. Just right now, focus on your family and take care of yourself, and we'll keep you all posted on this news and this 2020 NFL season. Well, if there is a season. We'll have to wait and see, Kansas City. Hey, look, thank you for tuning in. Look, it's crunch time. It's crunch time. The Chiefs have got to make a decision by July 15th, and that is 12 days away. So, hey, look, we'll be sitting on our hands waiting. Chris Jones, I guess go get your money. I don't see it happening here. We'll just have to wait and see, though. So, thank you for tuning in to Kingdom Radio. I am your host, Richard Smith. I'll speak with you soon.
Thank you for tuning in to Kingdom Radio, your go-to podcast for everything Kansas City Chiefs.